Members of the Madlanga Commission there giving an update on the state of readiness. Hearings, once again being confirmed that the first hearing will be on Wednesday, the 17th of September. Members of the Commission saying that they have now taken delivery of the ICT systems that they need in order for them to be able to commence with their work. A hotline has also been set up to make sure that people can confidently pass on information to the Commission that may help the Commission do its work. Let's chat more about this with Advocate Paul Pretorius, who was evidence leader at the State Capture Commission. Advocate, a very good afternoon to you. Thank you very much for your time. We heard there the spokesperson for the Commission saying they have learned some lessons from the State Capture inquiry, of which, of course, you were part. What immediately went through your mind when you heard that?
Well, of course, in 4 years of its work, many lessons were learned, so I would take some time to go through those specifics. But I must say I wasn't present at the news conference. So if you have a question, that's going to have to be a direct question.
We were talking before we were cut off about the uniqueness of the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry's terms of reference.
Well, every commission of inquiry is different, has different terms of reference, different objects and purposes. So in that sense, every commission of inquiry is unique. But what is significant about this commission of inquiry is the breadth of its terms of reference. They are extremely wide, and the expectation, therefore, that it will complete its work within 3 or 6 months is a very high expectation, and the work it is required to do may well take longer. I think there's a general consensus or a growing consensus that the pressure to finish within 6 months is extraordinarily high. The ambit of the terms of reference are also significant. A number of law enforcement agencies have to be subject to investigation in relation to the question of control and influence by criminal syndicates. Now, whether or not that will be easily discoverable at the hands of witnesses other than General Mkhwanazi is an open question. There's going to have to be a lot of digging in order to establish that within the state institutions. The other terms of reference are also pretty wide. For example, the accountability of members of the executive who are responsible for law enforcement, whether by commission or omission. Significantly, that is going to require a full investigation into the conduct of the executive in relation to the issues being examined by the Commission, and also supervisory institutions, cabinet committees, interministerial committees, supervisory committees, Parliament. To what extent have they been effective in the period under review in monitoring the activities of law enforcement agencies? So in that sense, they're very, very almost intrusive into the administration and government in relation to the manner in which not only the law enforcement agencies themselves have conducted themselves, but how the executive and supervisory entities like Parliament have conducted themselves.
But I mean, one would imagine that if the tight timelines could compromise the work of the Commission in one way or the other, they are, as we heard earlier, but they can still discuss that with the president, can't they?
I'm sure that the Commission will do its work thoroughly and diligently, and if they need more time, they will ask for it. And they should indeed be granted such time and resources and capacity to complete their work. This Commission is a very important commission for the future of this country.
The findings of this commissioner's advocate, Chaskalson, was saying are not binding, but they are hoping that the president will indeed act on whatever recommendations that that the commission makes. Of course, this on the back of criticism from a lot of people that, in fact, the president, probably the state, actually didn't act on the recommendations that the state capture inquiry actually made. And this has been true not only for the state capture inquiry, but for all other inquiries that came before it.
That criticism has been leveled at the executive. It must be understood that the report of a commission of inquiry is a set of the results of the investigations it has conducted and recommendations to the president. It is not binding. It is up to the president then and the executive to deal with those as they see fit. It is no more than advice to the president, as it were. It is true that after the report of the Zondo Commission was handed to the president, it is now 3 years. The interim time has been taken up by the activities of the National Committee, Anti-Corruption Committee, who advised the president as to what the president should do about the recommendations of the Zondo Commission, and it will be some time before any are implemented. So there has been from the public sector and the private sector criticism of the time it has taken to act in a situation where urgent action clearly is necessary. And I presume that the same sentiments will be expressed by Justice Madlanga when he makes his report.
Advocate Pretorius, let me thank you very much for your time. He was, of course, the evidence leader during the time of the state capture inquiry.